How does conventional wisdom play a role in the obesity crisis that we have here in the United States? Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Health Heroes. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, putting your health first. Today I want to talk about whether or not you are getting enough carb calories based on the conventional wisdom from the dietary guidelines that we have online here. And of course, remember, I am not a doctor. You should always consult your primary care physician before starting a health or fitness program. I don't know your situation. You know your situation better than I do. I'm going to tell you what I've done in the past. I'm going to tell you what I talk to other people about doing, and we can all go through this together. So what it says is that you should be getting 45 to 65% of your total calories that you get every day, 45 to 65%, we can average that out and just say half of all calories that you're getting every single day should be from carbohydrates, says the dietary guidelines. So if you're on a 2,000 calorie diet for whatever reason, that means you should be doing 900 to 1,300 carb calories every single day, which equates to 225 to 325 carbs per day. Now, I'm not a doctor and I can't tell you what to do with your life, but I can tell you what I'm doing with mine and how that relates to this particular dietary guidance. So I uncovered this video from Dr. Berg here on YouTube, and he went over what someone with diabetes might want to eat. And he actually went over the guidelines. He broke things down into what the actual guidelines say and what that results in. So the recommended guidance for diabetics, at least, that he mentions in the video is that they should eat whole grain breads, brown rice, bananas, skim milk, oatmeal, and then if they need to snack, they should have fruits. He describes this particular dietary guidance is insanity and a great way to stay on your medications to treat your diabetes. I started listening to this and I was like, when you think about if you've ever used an app like MyPlate to track your carbs and things like that, you realize how crazy that is to have 225 to 325 carbs every single day. That's several pizzas. That's quite a bit. So just this week alone, when I broke my fast earlier this week, I happened to be tracking my macronutrients that particular day, and I ended up having about 50 to 65 carbs for the whole day. I can link this video to Dr. Berg's overview of this stuff in the notes, but what he ultimately said was if you're diabetic, somewhere between 20 to 50 carbs a day is more ideal and will help get you off your medications there. So when you do that, when you restrict your carbohydrates, your appetite and your hunger goes down. He also mentions in the video, you shouldn't need to snack and you should replace that with intermittent fasting is another thing that he mentions. He also overall, and this is something I agree with, is to not really worry about your calories. If you focus on whole foods, the calories play less of a role. And once you do that over time, it becomes second nature if you go over to a family's house or you're at a party or something, you'll be able to spot all the processed food very easily and you know exactly what to avoid to keep from having that inflammation and the bloating and all the stuff that just makes you feel like crap. He also mentions to focus on the healthy fats, so that's tree nuts, avocados, things like that. And he said to kick the healthy carbs to the curb, so things that are whole grain, the brown rice, fruit, stuff like that. All these things can be eaten super sparingly, once or twice a month, maybe. He also mentioned something interesting in the video that I wasn't really sure about, haven't done a lot of research on, and that was good sources of salt. So we've probably all heard of sea salt and Himalayan sea salt and iodine sea salt, or maybe just regular table salt. But according to Dr. Berg in this video, he says that a lot of salts can actually contain microplastics and that his preference on salt is Himalayan sea salt. The other thing he mentioned that I've definitely experienced is avoiding omega-6s. So those are your soybean oils, your canola oils, and your corn oils, as those help inflame things. So if you have rheumatoid arthritis, or if you just don't like feeling like crap, you might want to avoid those omega-6s and replace those with omega-3s. So that's going to come from flax seeds, fatty fishes, things like that. So I say all that to say this, that if you're actually tracking your macronutrients through the day, a couple times a week just to see what you're eating, because it can be very insightful to not even know that you're eating so much sugar, so many carbs. Am I eating enough protein? Am I eating too much protein? There's a great quote in business that goes something like, what gets measured gets managed. So if you want to manage your carbohydrate intake, you might want to write this stuff down or use an app like My Plate or something like that to track these kind of things to keep you on track. For me personally, I generally stay between 50 and 120 carbs a day. So the fact that the dietary guidelines say that you should be doing 225 to 325 carbs a day, maybe I did that in college or something like that, but it's definitely something I would never do as a mid-30s adult who's trying to stay health conscious. So something to think about. I'll have all the show notes and a link to that Dr. Berg video here in the description. You guys should totally check it out. Thank you so much for giving me your time. If you like this kind of information, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.